I love fashion TikTok, okay? I'm obsessed. And the other day I was on the app and this video popped up.
Whose idea was it to start using Louis Vuitton toiletry bags as actual handbags? No, move, because I know it was you. Cut it out, put it back in the bathroom and leave it there. No, I'm semi-joking, because I do get the concept. Obviously, with the rise of the Laura Piana extra pocket, we've got the Bang Bang from Bottega. I get it, I get what you're trying to do, but please let me be the one to tell you, it looks so silly. It looks so silly.
So basically this creator is discussing the LV toiletry bag, and she's basically saying that it seems that the girls have been like adding ribbons and things to this toiletry bag and wearing it outside. Guys, I am habitually inside, so I think I've seen this bag a couple of times worn outside. I've definitely seen the pouch worn more outside than this vanity case, but I thought it would be interesting for us to discuss this topic. Are these toiletry bags or not? First, we'll go through what toiletry bag she's actually talking about. It's called the Louis Vuitton Nice BB bag and it's £940. It's just like a toiletry bag. It's got a zip going around the top of it and you open it and you can put all your stuff in. You can also get inserts where you can kind of section it off so that you can keep all your stuff in there really neat. It comes in the LV monogram, but they also have 3 different sizes. So we've got the BB for £940, but also there's the nice mini toiletry bag for £850, and then they've got the nice nano toiletry bag for £740. It generally comes in the Louis Vuitton monogram, but they do have it in a few different variations with different colors on it and a couple of different combinations. So this kind of vanity style of bag has actually become super popular more recently, and the reason why this conversation caught my eye is because there's a little mini YSL bag that I have had in my basket for months because I think it's going to be like a really nice going out bag, you know, almost like a wristlet kind of nice bag. I know it can't fit anything in it, but I just think it's so cute. So I've had that bag in my basket, and also I really like the little Chanel ones that are really mini, very useless but very cute, right? There seems to be this ongoing conversation on TikTok about whether she's right and these bags are not handbags, should not be worn outside of the house, or whether she's wrong and everyone should just be left to do what they want to do with their bag and everybody should just mind their business. I kind of understand both perspectives. I actually agree with her. I personally would not use this toiletry bag outside of the house. There are a few reasons. One, because I don't actually like the way that it looks. I do agree with her in that I think it's too big. The biggest size I think is too big to be worn outside. I've been able to find a couple of pictures of people wearing it. It does look quite oversized, so it's not a choice that I would make. I think if I were to consider wearing any of them outside of the house, it would have to be one of the mini sizes, so maybe the nano size. But then I also think for that kind of money, I think I'd just prefer to buy a vintage bag. I did read in some of the comments in the conversation around this where people were saying, you know, it kind of just looks like you can't really afford to buy a Louis Vuitton bag, and so you're just trying to buy something and kind of repurposing it into a bag. And I feel like sometimes it can give that. Sometimes it can give that. In some ways, I can understand why you might want to buy a Louis Vuitton bag, and I definitely can relate to, you know, maybe not earning as much money as I'd want to earn or being a bit earlier on in my career, but you know, still wanting to shop luxury, still wanting to enjoy the look of luxury bags and kind of wanting to give that vibe. I can relate to and understand why some people might buy these kind of more accessory-ish pieces from brands like Louis Vuitton and try to repurpose them as handbags. But I personally do think that buying vintage or buying more contemporary brands that have bags that maybe have a vanity feel to them be my preference. I of course think everybody should do what they want with their money, because I also saw that in her comments that people were saying, oh, you know, who are you to tell me what to do with my money? Absolutely not telling you what to do with your money, but this is definitely social media where we're allowed to give our views, and it's definitely not for everybody to agree. If somebody said to me, you know, I hate gold earrings, You know, I'd kind of just be like, okay, that's nice. I definitely think with some discussions on social media that everybody kind of takes it a bit too seriously. But I agree. The other toiletry item that everybody seems to be fond of also is the pouch. Now this pouch, it's back now, but there was a time where they discontinued it. And I definitely think that that was partly because people were buying the bag and adding a strap to the bag and wearing it outside, or kind of just wearing it under the armpit, which I actually don't think looks bad. I think it looks fine.
Louis Vuitton cancelled this bag because they hated what customers were doing to it. What people used to do was buy a bag insert, you shove the liner in the bag. Now, just a cheap chain, and there's little holes in the insert which you can clip it into to change it into a completely different bag. And Louis Vuitton hated it so much that they discontinued it from the website, and they actually brought out their own version.
It kind of just looks like a clutch. I do definitely think there are better looking clutches. It's not necessarily something that I would buy, but I do think that part of Louis Vuitton discontinuing this bag is just that it was so popular. It is, in terms of pricing, it is at a more entry level price, and so I think people were taking advantage of that, which I think is within their right? Once I purchase an item, what I do with it is not necessarily any of your business, but I think part of luxury brands' approach to marketing and advertising is exclusivity, is rarity. And although I have seen a picture of Princess Diana holding this exact bag underneath her armpit, looks fine, right? I do think it got to a point where they were just like, no more. And if you're going to do it, you're going to pay us. Okay, because they actually re-released this toiletry pouch with a chain on it and like doubled the price. I know it's not always a thing that people like, the fact that luxury brands oftentimes put up barriers to entry. Like if you look at the pricing strategy at most luxury brands, you'll find that even if an item is smaller, it's not cheaper. So let's say you want to buy a Chanel flat bag, right? And you want to buy the medium size, the difference between the medium size and the small size is not that much difference. I think they definitely use this technique to kind of get rid of any stragglers. You either want the bag or you don't, right? You're either going to pay or you're not. I think they realized what was happening with this toiletry pouch and was like, no, you guys are going to pay. Although a controversial approach, I think that it's effective. They have re-released that pouch actually with colour up the sides. Although I don't think it will completely stop people from buying this bag and using it outside of the house, I definitely think it looks less fashiony, looks less outsidey than the style before that was kind of just covered in the canvas. There was also another bag like years ago now. I haven't actually seen this bag worn outside for a while now. It was the Louis Vuitton box Scott. I think it must be like 3-4 years ago now, where everyone was using this, adding a scarf on top of it and wearing it outside. They actually still have this bag. It retails for £725 and they've got it with like pink monogram on it as well. I actually think that this box is pretty cute. I think that they have it in their jewelry section, or you could use it as like a makeup case or something like that. But there was a time where the girls were all wearing it outside, even celebrities. I don't necessarily think it's something I would do. I think that this would look really nice on like a, like a vanity setup. So you've got your mirror and then you've got this on the side. I think that looks really nice. Not necessarily something I would wear outside, but I don't think it looked bad, with a little ribbon, summer's night out kind of vibe. The other argument that I saw was about it being about creativity. And, we use loads of different things in ways that they shouldn't. So we might put a scarf not only on our head, but on our body or around our waist and, all the things. I get that too. And I think with bags like the Box Scott, I can kind of understand that a bit more just because it's more of an unusual shape, and I could understand why somebody might think, I was being creative and it looks cute with the ribbon. I get that. But with the vanity cases and the pouch, not so much. Yeah, I think that part of it is that people want to be seen to be holding a Louis Vuitton bag, which is no shade at all, because that's just part of life, right? We buy into brands because we want to be associated with them, or because we feel in some ways that they're speaking to us, or we feel some ways that they're aligned to us. It's no shade at all. I just think that we could all more effectively tap into our more personal style if we gave more consideration to not only what's more affordable, but what we actually like. I hope you guys are with me, right? But overall, guys, I just thought the conversation was quite interesting, and I'd be interested to hear what you think down in the comments. What do you think? Do you think toiletry bags are made for outside? PSA, everyone do what you want with your money. Wear what you want. If you want to wear it outside, I love that for you. Wear it outside.